Howdy, howdy, howdy. It's Rodfather 916. From the Butterball ads, the Christmas movie and TV specials, 'tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. This is the time of year where everyone waits to cut the perfect turkey. We're sucked in by perfect images of flawless food and perfect families and all smiles, and it's all kisses and hugs. For most of us, Christmas and Thanksgiving with the family is the most joyous time of the year. And for most family it is. However, for certain other families, it's what starts off to be joyous and fun comes out to be out and out warfare within the family with preheated words and fists, leaving some members to question, why did I come here? Christmas is the most seductive holiday in the year. The lights, the music, the joy. Many people believe in the power of Christmas on this day. Everything will be better. It's a day of peace for men and women, boys and girls. We'll set aside all their differences and there will be love, love, love. Now, if this is your family, you should stop watching this video. This video is intended for those less than perfect families. You know, people who want to believe in the power of Christmases but have powers that makes us absolutely crazy. During my freshman year in college, I heard great stories from other students talking about their family, and it was very emotional, and they told stories of how their family had traditions where there was just love, love, and togetherness. That I got caught up and swept away, so I worked overtime and I saved all my coins to make sure that everyone gets a gift. I begged a friend to take me to the Greyhound station so I could get back to the Bay Area as soon as I could. I couldn't wait to see my mom, my brother, my sister-in-law, my nephew and nieces. 45 minutes after I got off the bus, I wanted to return to school. It seems that I had created this family in my mind. I had created this black version of the Waltons. Good night, John Boy. It was a popular TV show in the 70s. But that fantasy crashed and burned. And in my case, there wasn't a plan B. Being away in college, my friends had made other plans, so I had nobody to hang with, no caroling, no midnight gift openings, no late night milk and cookies and popcorn. After the meal, some members turned on me, which was normal. They talked about my weight, my speech, my hair. Rodfather always talked like he was white. Sometimes he thinks he's white. The Christmas Thanksgiving or the Thanksgiving Christmas tradition repeats itself within families for many years. And I think we have amnesia because we get so caught up into what it's supposed to be. And for the most part, it is great. You're seeing families that you may only see once a year, and sometimes you meet new members of the family. However, lurking in the shadows are family members who use the holidays as a platform to remind you of your shortcomings. This action is normally pre-planned, often quietly supported by family members who simply want to know why you haven't married. Or maybe they do it for laughs. Maybe because you react or we react to certain questions and it's funny to the rest of the family, but very, very, very hurtful to us. So why don't you go on a diet like your sister? I have this cookbook. Or why don't you go back to school? Family members who use the happy holidays to revisit events that happened decades ago and to share those memories with new members of the family and visitors. These and other holiday rituals that creep under our skin and make us crazy is often forgotten given until the next holiday or next Thanksgiving or Christmas. Many years ago, a friend and we coined a little small, teeny tiny micro song called the line is "Ain't no drama like family drama, 'cause family drama don't stop." For years, I wondered why my family made me so crazy. After all, I'm a professional. I speak in front of hundreds, sometimes thousands of people. I've successfully worked with the public for decades. So why do these people reduce this educated man, this big overweight baby boomer, into a screaming 10-year-old? My one of my sons loved it. He thought it was the funniest thing, but my former wife and my other kids less so. You know, they're unlike strangers. We have history with family that comes with certain expectations. It's an understanding and sensitivity that doesn't really exist with people outside our families. Unfortunately, understanding and sensitivity isn't guaranteed within the family. The truth is, there are siblings and other families that simply don't like each other, never have and never will. Difficult to think about that during Christmas. But there are family members who gang up on you. Sometimes your parents. And those family resentments often last a lifetime. Siblings can remember events that took place decades ago. And once a year, those dormant events that happened way back during the Carter administration resurfaces during Christmas and Thanksgiving. And while some people are able to move on, others simmer. I'm not going to let it get to me. I'm not going to let it get to me. And so after the gifts are exchanged, and after the hugs, and after the second round of dinner, simmer increases to a boil. The simmering increases to a boil, and let the rumbles begin. First things first, if you're trying to make it through the holidays, we have to realize that we're unable to change anyone. If there is a change, it's going to come within us. So who do you become during these family gatherings? Are you mildly irritated? It really doesn't bother you. You just let it roll off your shoulder. Are you extremely irritated to the point where it takes you days, weeks to recover from the family gather? Are you a screaming banshees where the family just enjoys the fact that you lose control and start crying and you say you'll never come again, but here we are, Thanksgiving 2024? Or are you the person who just loses it completely? You've gotten into physical altercations with members of the family. A week before the family, if you're determined to go this year or go to Christmas, you need to have a plan of action. If you're one of those people who get excited and you feel badly, you need to get yourself a tablet so you can start writing things down. And for whatever you do, don't be sharing this with other family members because there are moles everywhere and they will use it against you, including Ma, Pa, and great lovable Aunt Peggy. You need to know what your triggers are because that's what they're going after. They get some morbid satisfaction by making you crazy. When are you going to settle down and get married? You still working at that job? I really, after all the education and everything you've done, I sure expect your life to turn differently. Write those down. Every family, including yours, have a natural rhythm. I could almost set my watch by certain events by my family, like who's going to say what, who's going to follow up on that, and some of these rhythms or rituals would take place a couple of hours after dinner, often accelerated with alcohol. The players are the same. And memorize the players in the family. They rarely change. Prepare yourself for the triggers and rehearse your non-combative response. Usually what works is silence, but it's difficult because they're going in here. No one can affect you like family can because they know what. Remember that movie, The Poltergeist? They know. They know your triggers. I have a friend who has family on the East Coast, and no matter how well things are going, he would limit those visits for 2.5 hours. He calls the last hour of his visit the sharpening of the knives. No matter how much fun he's happening, he limits those visits to 2.5 hours. 10 minutes later, and someone takes out a knife. And next thing you know, why don't you have that wart removed? Disgusting. You should have that ugly thing and get your teeth fixed and buy some clothes and that doesn't have a cheap look, and you'll be better. Remember, you're not gonna be able to change your family. You can only change your reaction to them. And I'm just gonna let you know, it's very possible you gonna fail the first time you try it because this is part of your rhythm, as warped as it may seem. In your own way, you're kind of expecting it. So remember, in one visit, you're trying to wipe out a lifetime. And I gotta ask you a question. If you're going back and you're miserable, or you just don't have a good time, if you need emergency therapy after visiting Thanksgiving or Christmas last year with your family, I say this because only a reality show masochist would double dip. Like you collapsed on Christmas and then you go back a few weeks later to Thanksgiving. And the other question is, why would you invite a friend, a girlfriend, or a boyfriend to accompany you to all that drama? To see you turn into someone that they may need to step away from because they didn't realize you actually got that crazy. And the friend who takes you to their family who clearly lied to you and told you, we just enjoy each other, we just love them, it's nice. I love the stories about everyone staying at home and experiencing life together, cooking together and opening packages at midnight. It's really a great tradition. I've enjoyed those days with my family and other families where we cook together, but it's not for everyone. It's very important that you place your needs over the desires of the family unless they want to pay your therapy bill. Consider getting a hotel room. I find a hotel will be the oasis in the valley of the crazy. Because once it gets crazy, I can take my happy ass to the place where they got the light left on for me and chill in the quiet and private. And like my friend, sometimes I only stay a couple of hours. When the volume increases and I hear a rumble, I start to make a plate. I bring my Tupperware. I travel with Tupperware. I start making them, and then boy, I didn't know I was so tired. I guess I'm still tired from the drive. I'm going to go back to my hotel. I guess I'll see you guys in the morning. Love you. No, 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 don't worry about me. I'll be all right. No, I don't need a ride home. I can make it to my hotel. Then I turn off my cell phone and tell the front desk to put the do not disturb home, and I'm cool. I am chilling. And you're not going to miss anything because somebody's going to tell you what you miss. Boy, Uncle Joe fell out last night. He fell out and he started whooping on this person. You're not going to miss anything. It's like you were there. And the room is really important if you're traveling with your family. Yes, I know. Ideally, everybody's going, I love you. Go kiss your cousin. Go kiss your cousin. But again, you don't want your family to see you in cray, out of your mind. Who is this? Should we shoot her? Form. Your kids, your family, your husband, your wife, your kids, they don't share decades of history with your family. You know, with my former wife, we used to get a large room and sometimes sneak out to a movie. Because I think we all at one point have been victims of painful memories. So I'm watchful and mindful of what people say, and I try to run interference for those people who want to inflict pain on others. Like, hey man, you know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna come down. She gonna come at you. You need to be cool. But it, it they rarely change. But I can give it a try. But sometimes, let's get serious. Sometimes we just have to change the script. I know we've been seduced. This is what family does. This is what brings us together. From movies to commercials, the holidays is everything, and you must be with your family. This is what we're supposed to do, right? But what if your family is less than the Waltons or the Huxtable and more Bundys? The harshest reality is the realization is some of our families are toxic. Year after year, we return because this is what we've known. We've gotten accustomed to all these things because that's the way it's always been. It never occurred to us we have an option. So we go hoping for a Brady setting and sometimes return in shambles. Worst of all, we take our children into these family events that can possibly infect them. They're seeing you. They may be seeing violence. Not only do they have to bear witness to our dismantling, but we're creating a new normal for our children. For some family, normal is screaming, fighting, and manipulation. While this is a shock, for you, it's just another family event. When somebody pulls out a knife, threatening to kill another family member because of something that don't make sense. Another Christmas dinner where everyone's swearing at the table in front of your children. If these joyous effects make you anxious, depressed, and sad, you might consider not attending at all. Again, a lot of us attend events because it's something that we've always done. And there isn't anything wrong with that if it's a healthy place for you and your family. But if it's painful for you and your branch of the family, or your lover, if you don't have children, or your spouse, you don't have to attend. Instead of modeling and tolerating bad behavior for our children, we can create a new tradition. We started on Christmas and holidays watching cartoons, eating 1,000,000,001 desserts. One year, holiday meal may be turkey, the next year may be ham, one year pizza. Who said that this is what you have to eat on a holiday? No one needs therapy that I know of because they didn't have greens for dinner, or turkey or ham, or they can only cook it one way. That's another stressor. Well, I'd like to try something. Well, that's not the way we do it. I've actually heard certain people tell me, "Well, black people don't eat. They don't eat it this way." just it's just crazy. But our family, again, we can start our own tradition, one of joy, one of actual love, the love that we want to have in our unit, our family. My kids today are grown. Um, this weekend, they'll be with their families here in California and Europe. And some years I go and some years I don't. I enjoy my family. I enjoy being with them because there's none of the stress. Nobody's getting drunk. Nobody's getting stupid. And yet I love my family, all my family. But Christmas and Thanksgiving is 365 days a year. If you choose not to choose that holidays with your family or siblings, it's not a reflection of your love. There are 363 days you have time to visit with your family. It what it means at the end of the day that you've chosen you. Don't let other people make you feel less than because you've chosen your sanity for you and your family over an event that leaves you shaken and stirred. You can be gracious, you can send gifts, but breaking away is not going to be easy. The guilt control machine will be launched, and everybody will be expecting you, especially your siblings who feel if they have to suffer through this mess, you got to be there too. Ain't Pearl gonna be so hurt? This could be her last Christmas, and she loves you so much. So turn off the phone until the day after. Then feel free to call. If you get a call, take control by keeping the conversation short. Extended conversations that involving the past are there to hook you. The longer you stay on the phone, the more vulnerable you become. Hey, you guys have a great holiday. Love you. Bye. Then shut the phone off. Remember, choosing you over your family. The holidays, like every day, can be a loving, joyous affair. It can. I have wonderful Christmas, sometimes alone, sometimes with friends, sometimes with family, because I choose it. Take control. Life is short, and make your Christmas the way you want it to be, with the people that you want in your life, that you want to be surrounded by. Life ends in an instant. Choose joy. So the question becomes, Should you stay or should you go? Have a Merry Christmas. This is the longest video of the year. I've actually wrote this about 14 years ago, almost 15 years ago. It appeared all over the place. The original title is called Sucking Up for the Holidays. If you haven't already, I'd appreciate it. Follow, subscribe, like wherever possible. This will be on other formats. And I hope you have a safe and sane Christmas. This is the Rod Father wishing you love, joy, peace, and happiness. Should you stay or should you go? Bye, y'all. Merry Christmas. Happy Thanksgiving.